Welcome to another edition of Rake Reflects. So this one is a pretty easy fates for me. If you just go back to the other heroes here, the Sphinx is just not a playable hero, just not remotely. Apocalypse can be good, but only against weak competition, and Celestial Tiger is just kind of hit and miss. Fates is just very consistent and quite powerful. I like to have some power coming into it. And this initial shop is so I could just go ahead and grab a Lonely Prince, which isn't a bad character to upgrade, but I think I'd rather delay the decision and take this, roll the dice, and just get a random character first. And go into combat, there, and here. I think this is a spot where it's better to roll than take any of the existing characters, and we get rewarded with kind of the best character. I think the best character to get for the Fates is just Blind Mouse. Gives you a level 4 treasure super early, and you can use that to really, you can build your game plan around that, and that can spiral out and just give you recurring advantages. Most level 4 treasures are quite strong. But we do lose the fight, and we get a little bit lucky in getting the level 4 treasure right away, but I think Sky Castle is just a lot stronger for us than taking like we could have taken the coin, that would be a good bit of value fairly immediately, but the long-term value of being able to just upgrade in any two print royals so easily is just top notch. Fight again does not go well for us. We're up against a full Loki board on 2.2, and then this shop is just super awkward for us. Like, we do like to see the royals. The royals are nice, but not having a single two cost character or even a 2 cost spell is just real rough for us. We're definitely gonna get the ogre princess, and then the question what to do beyond that. Like, we could sell and try to get the stag and get some attacks going, but that would only work if we're on the play. So we take the roll. We see another Lonely Prince that we can upgrade right away. So we just gotta kind of hope that things work out for us in this one fight. We could really take a pounding, but our opponent is not that strong. Even get a slay in. Don't really love the character back there, but we'll go with it. And here I decided to take the sandals. Again, this is a little bit of long-term upside over Fairy Tale will be decent short-term. And we'll take another royal. Take a roll. Don't get anywhere with it. But this 14/14 Frog Prince and the blind mouse, even just being a blind mouse as a 7/7 is going to be pretty strong for us. So let's go ahead and pop into the fight. How does this fight go? We get a slay, and kind of again we lose, not by a ton, but down to 24 life. We can't keep losing fights like this. So here I go ahead and take a kiss on the mice, and we take a roll. We get another roll, and I decided to go ahead and grab this the Sherwood Sure Shot here. Just the upside of being able to upgrade it so easily, and it's going to be a little bit stronger for this particular fight. So I think I eventually grab that. It doesn't occur to me for a while, and then I do it right at the last second. Okay, we get into fight, and things go all right for us finally. Not a super strong opponent, and we get to upgrade this Romeo for free. And here again, I take the ooh, yeah. So I think I make a mistake here. I definitely should take the Arthur, obviously, and then I think I should have sold to pick up the Lady of the Lake. Just I got a little pretty greedy. I should have also cast the +4 attack on the Lady of the Lake, but just casting it right there, yeah. But we do get rewarded because then we get to pick up a Juliet for our upgraded Romeo, which is fantastic. And get these things rearranged. We are going to obviously lock so we can get the next level 4 treasure off our Juliet and double size her. So, call me a romantic, but I like my my Juliet's double sized. So this fight goes pretty well for us. Nothing too exciting to digest. They don't have much of a back line. The front line was okay, but so here we got a free puff, and here I'm happy to go ahead and what do I take? You can the arguments. You can take an argument for pretty much anything. Like the coin or the gloves, I think would be best. I think I take the gloves, which is just going to give us the ability to get a lot of economy by stealing good characters, especially strong with you know, kind of good comps, like comps where you want good boy at the end. Because if you go up against the mirror, you can steal their good boy, and that just really grows things. And here I go ahead and grab ourselves a court wizard. I love court wizards. It's not amazing as is. It does need some work on it so it grows. But we've got some time. And this opponent's not very strong. They do have the Lightning Dragon and the Merfolk Princess going, but that's all right. But we get 2 experience off of that 3 gold expenditure there, which is fantastic for us. We will take a second Court Wizard, even though we don't love upgrading those. I usually like to keep them separate. And nothing too exciting. I decide to take this True Love's Kiss and get a random level 5, which is not really the level 5 we were looking for. And then we can kind of rearrange things. I think I maximize for our Court Wizards, and eventually I decide to put not try and get the Soleil off of the Ogre Princess or the extra attacks, and just put in the Nian. Have that one go first, just get some raw stats through this one fight. And this combat looks like it's going okay for us. Yeah. Looks like it's going okay, right? Yeah. And then, irony of ironies, the Juliet slays the Romeo. I thought about taking this Lancelot, but we don't really have a reasonable path to actually get it to pop, so we skipped that. And we're kind of rolling around. Could very reasonably take either the Aeon to help scale up our Court Wizards, or this Wombats in Disguise pair. We keep on rolling, and we're rewarded. We find this Arthur, and now that we've upgraded an Arthur, we don't really need the Sky Castle. We can just kind of pop that in, and I do decide to start pumping up our Court Wizards instead of the Wombats, even though I put the Wombat in slot 1 to get the coin buffs. But I think this is, with the Wombat, we have a better chance of getting our Royals attacked into. So, but this opponent's just not strong at all, and we wax him pretty easily. So we get up to level 6, and we see a Neon, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and get that completed. We'll take the Ugly Gosling Helm, which right now is going to land on a Court Wizard, which is pretty strong. And later, if we find ourselves a good boy, we'll land on that. That's also, you know, a-okay. I thought about taking that the Fiona there, but since we no longer since we no longer have the Sky Castle, it would not upgrade. And here I think I'd go ahead and sell out for the Hercules. Not sure if that's super correct, but it does do a good, you know, we're 25 life. We're at 5.1. A fairly good chance we'll be able to get the Hercules to give us a level 6 treasure without too much fuss. And it's a reasonable play on board. However, our opponent has just gone way off with Arthur's and Romeo and Juliet's. For this stage of the game, they are doing very, 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 very well. We are not so lucky, but in that particular fight. But we're in the we get to upgrade our Juliet and throw that in there, and really looking for a good boy. That's the thing that's going to take us over the top and be able to let us get a trophy in. And so we finally found one. I thought about locking because usually the Empress P is quite good with that, but we don't need that. And also we are not set up for supports because our back row is Court Wizards and Romeo. So set this up. Really hope we can attack first. The good boy is going to get the helm of the Ugly Gosling's sleigh, and not sleigh, but the helm buff, and hopefully we can get the coin buff as well, and just kind of turbo up all our characters. And we are very successful in this manner. We get everything going perfectly for us, and get to knock them down. And we can go ahead and throw, have a good boy and a bad boy, and try and get this through. So at this point, we're not really looking to use the scaling off of the Arthur. I thought about locking for the It Was All a Dream. I don't really, like I said, I don't want to upgrade these Court Wizards. I want to have as many free attacks as possible. And a second Court Wizard doesn't get a second attack, or sorry, an upgraded Court Wizard doesn't get a second attack. So I go ahead and throw that on there. I go back and forth, but I like Fate isn't the ideal hero to have here, but it is doing something for us, giving +3 to our upgraded royals. You know, that's not nothing. It's not good, but it's not nothing. And this fight goes nice and well for us, and we get our Hercules to proc, and go ahead and eliminate old Puffy. And so what do I do here? I take the Mimic, yeah, because Mimic's quite strong. I mean, obviously you just kind of get to double up your other spells. And I was thinking about casting this +2 attack, but it's not necessary. I wanted to make sure that both my good boys got Helm buff, because that's how Helm works there. And now that we're doing this, I'm ready to give up on that. Ready to give up on the coin buff and just try and get the spear buff going. Double spear buff going because we got the Mimic. And see, we're still being a little outsized. Especially, we get unlucky by this good boy not dying until way too late. And then we didn't get many, if any, bonus attacks. But we're still big enough to win this fight, even with things going pretty badly wrong. So we're in the finals. I'm not going to be interested in any more slaying dragons. And ooh, we found ourselves another good boy. Love to see that. Can never have too many good boys. I mean, I guess there is a point, but it's not that high. I thought about getting the plus extra attack, but we don't, or sorry, the extra health, but health isn't something we really need. We're more interested in buffing attack with our ranged characters back there. And I just kind of sell to get a roll. You can see at this point I've given up on the Arthurs. They're just not that important to us. We get a good spell, a good initial attack, and then things just don't go our way. Like the bad boy doesn't die until the very end. All our royals die by attacking, so we lose that fight, which you know, we were 91% to win that fight. So that does not feel great. Thought about casting Beauty's Influence on a Medusa here, but it's just really not necessary. These court wizards are kind of doing a better job as is. Yeah, so we're looking for like just a little something to win this next fight, and being able to spike the second good boy and upgrade that one. That's pretty good, and we are kind of have insurance against our opponent. If our opponent finds a good boy and that dies first, we just get 2 of them. So as long as we don't die in that one fight, and things will be all right for us. So we get the bad boy to die first, and then it's just pretty much easy street on this fight. Like, yeah, we just got huge, big numbers in the back. Nothing's going against us, and opponent doesn't even want to fight us. I don't know. Like, they had a chance. Oops. Relive this glory, and so opponent had a chance. They decided not to take it. Eventually, these numbers pop up. Yeah, so they were like, you know, 10% to be able to win that fight, but it was going to be an uphill battle for them. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And until next time, may all your shops be gorgeous and all your hits be surgical.